You know what I'm
Um,
saying? We're on European time.
didn't keep y'all waiting for too long. I thought I had a whole bunch, but I just want to inform y'all that I slipped on some ice earlier today, and my left shoulder is fucking killing me.
Oh,
Like,
so this is recent.
bro, this morning, I still had, it's still ice out that joint.
For
So I
sure.
got like a little block at the end of my driveway, and I found myself saying, all right, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go try to like clear it all the way out. So as I went through I went through where my gate was on the side, and when I went through the gate, I just slipped,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and I just like I tried to catch and then my jacket kind of did this thing where like it was just off
You
bad,
was looking fucked up out there, bro.
bro. And then
I'm already sure.
shit was shit was bad, bro. So now my shit is just, and then I still had to like try to chip up some ice. So I'm like with a half shoulder just yakking at the and I don't even got the. That's the issue. It's all ice. I got the fucking snow. I got the snow
You got
plow.
this. You got the plastic
Yeah, I
shovel.
got the snow shovel. I don't
Yeah,
got the breakdown. So
yeah. You
yeah,
need one of them good rusty gems.
yeah, bro. So I'm just out here like, man, I'm fighting for my life. But I'm glad y'all with us. Shout out to the live. Shout out to everybody who been, like I said, who been messing with us on the socials. The Instagram content been going up. I think we had like 20,000 views this month on the IG. So
For real.
shout out to Cats. Peeping
That's all
in,
right. Hey, that's all right. Hey, shout out to y'all. That's all right. I'm not. I don't be looking at numbers, but that's all
peeping
right.
in. Yeah, yeah. Every now and then I check and see what's going on. So Cats is messing with it a little bit. Could be more, could be more, but
Hey, hey
you know,
brother. Inshallah, talk.
fucking with y'all for fucking with us. All right, February. Y'all know what time that is. Black History Month, you bitches. Shout out to Black History Month. Um, I've been seeing a lot of talk about Black History Month on the different socials. Y'all be on threads?
Nah. Yeah, but nah.
I've,
Not.
I've been on threads a lot lately. I don't know why, but why you once again I have to keep asking why you making these faces, bro? Like
It wasn't for
Automatic.
you, buddy. It
I know
wasn't.
who was looking at. I know who he was looking
I
at.
mean I'm looking we all can see each other. Like this is the beauty of
It wasn't for you, buddy. It wasn't for you. Okay.
listen, I don't have no issue, but
Yeah, Cats
We
knew.
here. Hey,
Cats
hey.
knew.
We
Cats knew.
here.
you guys are nasty
We
here.
here.
But I'll be on threads. I feel like a little bit too much.
Ooh.
And anytime I'm on threads, I feel as though I'm seeing like a lot of just like it's everything is about like black people this, black people that, black people
Mm.
over here, black people over there, and I'm always like, all right, like it reminds me of Clubhouse in 2020, and I'm like, wow, like I thought we were past this, but obviously we're not. So shout out to them, because they listen, they really be like, if you just go spend like 30 minutes, you'll find some very very conversations.
Oh no, I've seen some shit down. Like I've seen some arguments on there, but most of it is just like I'm not gonna do that to myself. But most of it is just like yeah, like just not like baddies variations of arguments,
You
and I'm
know what?
just like
I like that. I like that genre of how you put that
yeah,
baddies
yeah,
variations of arguments because it really does seem like that's what the vibes are
yeah.
over there. But I bring that up because it is Black History Month. This
James,
year.
relax.
Shout out to this year being the hundredth anniversary of Black History Month in the United States. Just to give you guys some quick background on the beautiful holiday that we are celebrating all month. Black History Month started in 1926. Um, with historian Carter G. Woodson as its brainchild, prominent African American historian. It wasn't until 1976 that it was officially designated a holiday month by Gerald Ford, President Gerald Ford. Shout out to him. Uh, multiple countries
We
around.
really about to do that? We shouting him out for real?
I mean, once again, he did it. He designated
Touche.
in
You got it. You
1976.
got it. You got it.
That's
You
all I
got
can
it.
do,
You got it.
bro. I'm just reading. I'm just reading the facts here.
Touche.
Um, multiple countries all around the world celebrated. Canada, Germany, Panama, to name a few. And since 1976, each Black History Month has had a theme. This year's theme is a century of Black history commemorations. So shout out to Black History Month. Shout out to Carter G. Woodson. It was at first Negro. Let me make sure I get this correct. Negro History Week in 1926. That's what it was first, and it has gone since then. It has expanded to the month that we have now, and beautiful way to appreciate our Black American icons, both living and past. Anything you guys want to say about the illustrious month that is Black History Month?
Well, I have a random Black history fact.
You always have a fact, so I don't know if it's random at this point, but share with us, please.
Touche. With the Super Bowl coming up, did you know that Arizona approved Malcolm MLK Day so that they could get a Super Bowl?
Yes,
I,
1993, I believe. They
I
were
did
like
not know that.
they were like the last state to
Did know that, but I
honor the
didn't know.
holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I didn't know that like the prime reason was so that they could get a
yeah,
Super
so they could have the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Bowl. Yeah.
shout out Paul Tagliabue. Um, I think what was my last? I think I had one more because you saying that about Arizona made me have one more thought. Oh my God! I was just I'll get to, we'll get to the basketball, you guys. I know some of you guys are here for basketball. We'll definitely get to the sports takes. I promise. It is Black History Month. We are all black here, so had to make sure actually do a proper acknowledgement of the holiday of the month. What do you have to say, Omatic? I'm looking at you. You're itching to get in there. Yeah.
You do got that look on your
You
face.
got that look like you.
I'm just reading stuff, but I mean, I don't know, man. Shout out to Black History Month, man. It's a good
See,
time.
What are you reading?
what do you mean?
I was reading the notes, bro. What
Okay.
you mean, bro? I'm
What
just
you mean?
following along, man.
I'm just saying,
Damn.
you saying it like you got some new
Oh,
information out here. That's what I'm saying. Like, explain
nah,
to
nah,
us
nah,
what the
nah,
issue
nah.
is.
I
So,
was
all
just
right,
reading the notes, brother. I didn't know about the 76. That was interesting to hear. I was
Ford. Yeah.
because I heard you say 100 years, but then you
hmm
said 76. So I was just trying to figure out what the fuck is what. So
Yeah, So the
and then
holiday.
you said a week. That's interesting that niggas only had a week, but I mean, I
That's when
guess
when they first implemented
it's fitting.
when they first started. They were trying to
Yeah.
get the holiday and get your commemorations going, and you start small and you expand. I did what you said. What you said though, I do
There you
find
go.
interesting. The General Ford, him making it like an official thing. I definitely did find that interesting because
What
it
was his
seems.
bag? Like, what was the reasoning for him in
Um,
76?
the quote, if I remember correctly, the quote said is to that he wanted the nation to acknowledge the contributions of Black Americans. Like it was just something that he felt was necessary. So I don't know. Maybe it was for country morale. You have to remember this is coming off of the civil rights era, the
Yeah, I was
'70s.
about to say
So
the
there's a lot of fractured nation building. So that might have
like
been kind of like a gesture to commemorate,
What
bring
what
everyone together.
what year was he elected, man?
Ford 70, I'm guessing 76, right?
he Ford went in the office when JFK got no
Nah, JFK
wrong
is
guy.
a decade before him.
Yeah,
I mean, all I know is that Nixon is 80, so
there we
Ford,
go.
Just like, was
Ford
this
is
a
before.
ploy? Was this a ploy to get the black vote at this point? Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
hey,
hey,
no shade, no
no,
shade.
no,
But like,
no,
no, what is your bag here? What is your goal here, Mister Woodson, to make this a
no,
thing?
no.
You know what I'm
Carter
No,
G.
saying?
no, no.
Woodson
Carter G. Woodson is the founder.
is the founder, the black founder.
Oh,
Ford is the one who is the
Ford did it.
president who officially did it in the
So
White
so
House.
so what's Ford's bag? What's his plight
I
here?
don't
You know
know.
what I
Civil
mean?
rights, civil rights.
I'm not gonna
Get the
lie.
black vote.
Of all the presidents, Ford doesn't do it for me. Like I don't think he cracks my top. He doesn't crack my top 10 personally. Like
He
he
was
doesn't.
racist. He was racist as fuck too.
That doesn't really move me. Like Harry S. Truman, way more racist than
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ford. Like way more. Oh, but speaking of presidents, Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln are part of the reason why the month was celebrated in February because at the time, Woodson wanted to commemorate Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln's respective contributions to ending slavery and helping Black Americans in this country, and that is part of the reason why February was picked. So I'm
Are
glad you brought that.
both of their birthdays in February?
I believe so. If I
Okay.
think like the 17th or 18th,
I
someone,
know.
I'm sure
And
James can confirm. Um,
Abraham Lincoln's is the 12th. Him and Barbara got the same birthday.
hey, shout out to Lincoln. Shout out to Lincoln.
And
Uh,
Gucci Man.
Shout out my nigga Gucci. Uh, but yeah, Black History Month. Like I said, I be on threads and I see a lot of it, but I think unity is more so the name of the game when it comes to Black people. I think so. You know, whether it's whether it's whether it's something that actually does happen is left to see. But I do believe that that's what all should strive for. So, shout out to all the blacks.
For sure. And Diaspora Wars is very tribal. Like, the shit is barbaric. I think we all should cut it
I'm
out.
not gonna lie. I kind of fuck with it.
No, Charles.
Listen,
Because
first of all,
you're actually part of home,
but
but you just went back in December. Like, stop
no,
it. Stop it.
here's why I say I fuck
You
with it.
can't, because you can't be like the middle part of the Venn diagram and just be like, I fuck with shit. Like, you can't
I
do
fuck,
that.
okay, that's an accurate assessment that I am being a choosy lover. So
Yeah.
I will give you that as a larger point. But here's my issue, and this is why I say I fucks with the idea. Everybody is tribal. In America, we're tribal. Like north, south, east, west. Very tribe like how do, Baltimore isn't Maryland. If we're all from Maryland, correct?
Baltimore isn't DMV.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
different.
Whatever. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say. But the
Yeah, I
point is
got you.
that we are tribal. Baltimore is fucking 40 minutes away from us, and we are two different, completely whole different types of people, things, da da da. Literally, we are in the same state. What do you mean we're not? We're all tribe, bro. In PG, DC, when we were growing up, how many? My grandma lived in DC. I ain't from. What are you guys talking about? Tribalism is all we know, and it's all we do. From our
My
hoods,
grandma lived in Maryland.
go goes. I'm not, bro. Niggas have
She said
died over tribalism. Like, so what are we talking about?
it's barbaric,
It's
Charles.
barbaric, and the truth is that we all do it. It gets to be why I say I fuck with it because it's funny when it gets to those levels, like the
Okay.
idea of country. Because the same niggas who will hate each other internally now all of a sudden got a common enemy, and the enemy is just another nigga that looks like you. I'm sorry, because niggas be taking offense when you say they look. It's another person who got the same skin complexion as you. Like it's a funny concept when you actually really I think just deep dive into like what we're doing here. Like I said, niggas in Africa don't like other niggas in Africa, bro.
Yeah.
When I was in Ghana, I was telling I forget who I was telling. I think I was maybe it was Omatic about my algorithm on Twitter was literally just Ghanaians like complaining about Nigerians, like
No, that was me. It was me and you.
just on just daily about them being criminals, about them coming to the country and taking job, like just complaining. I'm like, that's all. I'm like, yo, niggas don't like niggas
Nigga said
nowhere. Like, if
the nigga next door coming next door to get your job is nuts.
bro, but it's the same thing niggas be saying on the threads that niggas
That's
come
not
to
even really migration. Nigga
niggas.
moved from a state. He moved from
Bro,
a. That's like me going to Virginia and working in Virginia.
but that's my whole point. Like, I think conceptually, I get so baffled because I'm like, are y'all stupid or y'all ignorant? Because no, because like like you said, migration is all we're talking about. Like migration
Yeah.
patterns and and as soon as you do it from if you do it from continent intercontinent, everyone seems to understand it. Everyone's okay with it. But once you leave one continent to the next, now it's an issue. I'm like, no, like that's kind of how this works. Like migration is people movement. It's
Fact.
now I will say niggas be coming, not niggas, but people be coming to America who are black or have melanated skin color, and they be disrespecting black people, black Americans. Like I think this is a very true statement. It's a statement that has been made for hundreds of like Du Bois was talking about this in 1920. Like this is that's more so my thing that these aren't relatively new or even unique concepts. These are concepts that have long been taking place, and we are now like in a super global world where yo, the people from Africa, you talking to them in real time versus like 20, 30, 40 years ago, that's not the case. Like y'all not all on the internet at the same time having conversations. Like let's be a little bit more nuanced in how
Like, you didn't even have the network to write home. Like, fuck the
bro,
internet.
you have to
Like,
send a letter and wait 3 days. Like, what are we talking about?
and that's just to get to the post office.
For a lot of it for me is like, I get it. Like, bro,
There you go.
when you are in any group and you don't have power, you be looking for power. And most black people, when you put them on like the world stage, they have relatively less power to their white counterparts. So everyone else is trying to find their place where they can say, "Look, I gotta win," or "I got." But it's like, yo, everyone relax a little bit. Like if niggas, and now this is for all of you, would just work a little bit
Oh,
better together, there could be some common like some commonalities, some common goals. Like and we could find some things to help each other. But like I was doing we had this conversation on the pod about currency. Bro, how can people whose currency is directly affected by the United States dollar help you in the same type of way that like people gotta understand, like we're not starting from the same vantage point here. Like one culturally and one economically. So like how about we try to meet each other halfway? Like the Africans, the Caribbeans, hey, y'all might have a better understanding of culture and where you come from. The Americans and people in the Western world, hey, you guys have the economic advantages due to the fact that you were born with the dollar as your. How about we meet each other and we try to do something to help each other? But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me.
it's that European division, Charles.
Man, and honestly, I used to be like, you're right, but at a certain point, we got to do better. Like, only white people, you know what? I'm glad you said that because we're going to get into it. That's the perfect segue because Black History Month
Yes.
we were getting a little
Still
too
got
much
it.
on the bad vibes, and I want to focus on the positivity of the beautiful black people of all around the world, in particular in America, where we start Black History Month. So
Yes, King.
we're gonna we're gonna transition as Mook so lovely did to the Europeans, and the biggest thing the Europeans got going on right now is the Epstein files.
Oh, you went straight to it, huh?
Huh?
You jumped straight into it.
Yeah, because you know what? I watched back our last episode about the Epstein, and we mentioned the Epstein files a few times, but we don't actually deep dive. Like, we mentioned that they dropped these 3 million new ones. That was last Friday's news. And we kind of just threw that tidbit out there and we kept on going. But now that we've officially had about a week to go through it, let's go through some highlights, I would think, right? I think that's a fair assessment.
Niggas love highlights.
All right. So I think the most important thing as of today, Thursday, 8:21 p.m., February 5th, is Hillary Clinton pushed for a public hearing ahead of the Epstein probe deposition. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but her and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, were disposed by Congress to come and talk at, I don't know if disposed right, but they were called by Congress to come for this deposition about Epstein. Now, apparently deposition was supposed to be in private, behind with no cameras, but shout out to Big Hillary. She like, yeah, I want everybody to see everything. And that's interesting to me. It's interesting for a few reasons because
They're in the files.
not that they're in the files per se, more so that her husband, like Hillary Clinton, I think she's in it, but not to the extent of her husband.
But
And
he
she's,
accepted the fact to go testify in front of Congress.
I'm saying they've accepted it together, and it's interesting to me because they're still married. This isn't one of those, hey, this is my divorce. Like Bill Gates, he's in the files. He's had some stuff. Him and his wife his ex-wife. They're divorced. So it makes sense why she is very much so in the
She gonna
public.
smack at that man right
She's in the public face. She's, hey, Bill did this, Bill did that. But for Hillary, it's much different, in my opinion, because she's still married to him. They are very much so still connected as husband and wife and all those things. And they have said together that they are going. Like, this is a we walk into this joint hand in hand type situation.
now. Hey, bro. First of all, my man already been through the Lewinsky shit, so it's just like,
Talked about this on the other one.
yeah. So it's just like, come on, fool. Like, what else can you do to me? And I'm not the president no more. So it's like, I'm not worried about impeachment. I'm not worried about my job. I'm old as shit. So it's just like, what you gonna do? Defame me? Like, drag me through the mud? Everybody know I'm a wild freak nigga already, bro.
I'm
Like,
not gonna lie, but man had matching shirts.
son, like he don't care, bro. Like he don't, like Bill, one of them old wild freak white boys that you work with, and like that I work with literally at my job, bro. Like the nigga literally supposed to be in Arkansas working in a garage right now. So, like he not supposed to, he wasn't supposed to be president. He just smart as shit. So it's just like, yeah, fool. Like I'm not tripping off Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Like they both freaks, fool. Like it's no telling what may come out, but it's just like, yeah, I'm more so like, and now he gone, Epstein gone. And then for real, Clinton, he like you see, Trump also said like, oh yeah, I always liked Bill Clinton. I'm upset that this going through it,
Yeah,
but it's just like you say you like me, but you slandered my wife. Like you continue to slander my wife, my nigga. So it's just like I don't give a fuck how much you like me. I'm about to bust your ass in this fucking courtroom, champ. And it's not snitching because it's in the files. Like all they doing is asking me questions that's in the files. All right, is this lining up with what happened? Yes or no questions for real. And then if you want to dive in deeper than that, I'm an open book, Slim. I don't give a fuck. I'm 87 years old. I could die tomorrow. Well, we
not
all
87,
could.
but he's definitely up there. He's definitely up there.
How old is Aunt?
Bill like 70 something for sure.
Man, that nigga had two heart surgeries. He 87.
How old is Bill? Omatic, confirm for us.
79 years old, man.
Yeah,
79. Be
Bill.
be 80 this year. A lot of cats turning 80
Yeah, a
this
lot of
year,
cats
man.
turning 80 this
A lot
year.
of
Shout out
cats
to
turning
Dana.
80
Shout out
this
to
year.
my
Shout
girl
out to Dana.
Dana.
Nigga said, hey,
No,
that's a
I'm not even gonna shout out to Trump, but he's 80 this year as well.
Yeah,
Man.
that's why I said my
Yeah,
girl Nana. You know,
it's nasty work, but I got you. I'm following.
focus on the right people. All right, but with the
I'm
release
with that, Charles. I'm with that, Charles.
with
I'm
the
with that.
release of the files, we had a lot of, I think, interesting things come about. So I think the one thing that to me was interesting was this idea of his emails versus the hotline tip. And I don't know if you guys saw with the 3 million files, it had a lot of famous people's names in it who may or may not actually have been part of whatever. So, for example, Jay Z, Eminem, Pusha T all come up in the files, but they're not in particular. Not well. Not Pusha T and Eminem. Jay Z is Jay Z's name is brought up in email correspondence, but some of the heinous allegations are from the tip line or from the documentation that says tips. And I think that to me is an actually interesting conversation about what actually matters. Do people actually care about any of this, or are they just here to be like, oh yeah, famous person did something bad? Because the same people who are telling you to do not listen to this thing about X celebrity because it's from the tip line are taking the same tip line allegations against Trump, which are some of the most heinous, like some of the most heinous details that we have about Trump's abuse and come from the tip line. They don't actually come from any email correspondence. So for me, I find that interesting that, or very telling when people will decide which kind of things they want to believe versus which kind of things they don't want to believe and why. So that to me was the probably the most interesting part of the emails, kind of seeing who thought what was what. So who thought that the tip line stuff for Trump was fair game, but the tip line stuff for Jay Z was stupid sensationalism? Because how did you go from that to that? Like, I want to know how your mind processes that logic.
I don't know. I don't think that way. Like straight up.
I
Like,
mean,
cause like we talked about it in the chat. Like tip line, shorty. Like, so
well,
it's
see,
just like, and if it's a source for one place for me, it's a source for another place.
well, that's my thing. My thing is that if I believe one of those,
Yeah,
I gotta believe all of
all
them.
of
If
it.
I believe
Yeah,
nothing, I'm probably not gonna believe any. Like this is very now. There are certain things where you're just like it's egregious. Like I think there was the one that said Pusha T was a handler, and then I think maybe the date was '96, and then another was '07, and I remember saying '96, nah, '07, okay,
possibly.
yeah. So it's one of those things where use common sense. Like once again, I'm the guy who told y'all don't just believe reports that come from the government, in particular from the police department. This is a law enforcement documentation. I think you should very much so be cynical in your thought process about it. But with that said, I also need you to be honest about why you're being cynical. Are you being cynical because you don't trust anything, or are you being cynical because this in particular part says something about your famous friend that you like, or your famous artist, whatever, and you don't want to be a part of it,
I mean,
or you don't want to feel guilty for being a part of, or whatever, whatever,
or supporting the person,
whatever.
continue to support. Yeah, I mean, that's
To be
definitely
honest, nothing. Only people who seem to be getting in trouble are the people in Europe. Well, like that, and also that's another segue. No one in America seems to be getting in trouble for the Epstein stuff. Like I've seen who was the dude in Britain who was caught and like he had to turn in subtitle. There's people actually losing jobs. Madelson, I forget
that's
what
his
his,
name. Him.
yeah, I forget his actual title in the British whatever, but after being in the Epstein files, he has lost his like he doesn't have his job or
Yeah.
whatever anymore.
Cause
Ain't no
he stepped down 2 days before the files came out too, so he definitely got a warning.
ain't no consequences for cats in America for being pedophiles. like that's the funniest thing to me that for literally from 2015 to basically this year, it was people, Alex Jones, whatever right wing conspiracy theorists you could think of. Oh, the the Washington elite, they out here raping kids and doing this and doing that, and it's like, my boy, we got it all there for you. Like it's all in the open, and you guys are just like, yeah. What about Russia? That's
No,
the
I
part
mean,
that's also killing me.
I mean,
That's
but
that part is
we
killing
talked we talked about it on past episodes. The California governor that was
me.
like
Newsom?
rape. Nah, the he was like an old gay white dude. He was like kidnapping black homeless underage kids and raping them and then killing them. And he got off multiple times for the shit. Like he was investigated and all that.
Oh,
So when
you gotta send that one.
I got you. Oh matter, can you Google that please?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Senator
Uh,
raping black kids.
there we go.
That's crazy stuff.
California,
California.
California to be specific.
Yeah. No, I remember there was some conversation about like a Democratic
And
operative who was having relations with black gay men in like the DC area. I don't know if he was from California, but he was like connected to Pelosi or something. I remember that story within the last few years. I definitely remember that. But
if he wasn't a governor, he was like a congressman or something. He was in
yeah, I
government.
remember
So
there being someone who was connected to the Democratic Party who a gay black man was found like dead in his apartment or something, and it became a conversation piece.
and
Uh,
then like the story didn't add up. It was wild, but no charges
yeah,
came
yeah,
of it. Yeah.
it definitely seemed like it was him who was part of it, and then he got off. Now I remember that. I didn't remember California, but that could have definitely been. Uh, but back to Epstein. While Omatic will chop in when
I'm not fun.
Okay.
you know, we got post. That's what you got post production for. We always get back to
Facts.
it. But back to Epstein. I think one of the other things that I thought was very interesting was how much he is like a super supremacist. Like your man like hated everyone who wasn't Jewish. Like I kind of respect it. I kind of respect it, bro. To hate everybody, it's one thing to be like we were just talking about like Nigerians and Ghanaians. It's one thing to have beef with your neighbor or someone close to you. It's another thing to just be like, everybody who isn't me, I just ain't fucking with you. Like, that's kind of impressive when you really like to just be like 8 billion of y'all not fucking with y'all. Like literally like a billion people. That's all I need. Very impressive, if you ask me. Not impressed. I obviously not impressed. Not impressive to you guys. I respect
No,
that.
it's not. I mean, when like, why would you? I don't know, bro. Like that's too stereotypical for me.
But that honestly, that was the thing. He was like a like any movie villain kind of stereotype that they have said about Jews over the last 25 years. He
He like a
literally was writing
yeah.
all of it. He was writing all of it like
He was a black and like, but he was like one of them black and white movie type Jewish evil characters though.
I'm just
Like
saying every anti-Semitic trope, he was literally
that's
bringing them to
crazy.
life in the emails. Like
This is definitely about to get cut off.
I'm just saying, everything that people have said about Jewish people that people are like, oh, this is bro. He was talking about Steve Bannon, about how Steve Bannon got kicked out of the White House group, and they were like, the Jews won. These were his words. These are not my words.
I
These
mean,
are his words that he was having in emails with people. So to me, that was the thing that was just maybe not. I don't know if surprising, but it was just so like shocking that for him it wasn't about anything other than Jewish. Like if it wasn't about Jewish, it didn't matter. Even when he was talking about parties, he was like, will there be goys or whatever? And he's like, oh stupid, like, oh just stupid go, like everything. If it wasn't about Jew, he wasn't messing with it. And I was just like, this is actually impressive.
what
Like,
is a you talking about Goy or Goyim?
well, that was the thing. I feel as though
Because
he,
Goyim is totally different.
well, that was the whole point. They were using it pejoratively. Like they were using goy as a pejorative for everyone who wasn't Jewish, for every non-Jew. That was how literally he was using it in virtually every text when he did use it. Now,
Do you
goyim,
know it? But do you know what that is?
yes, a goy is anyone who is a non-Jew.
I'm talking about the Goyim.
Goyim, I'm a bit. Eh, it's a very interesting. Like I guess I could give you like what I define it as.
I know. I just need a yes or no. I don't need
But
too much.
nah, like goy is just
Okay.
goyism. They're all Gentile. Like it's how the Jewish people use it. I'm not Jewish, so I couldn't tell you exactly what. But I know it is not in general. What you have been seeing is Jewish people being like, it's not pejorative. It is just what you said. It is just a word to describe non-Jewish people. But like I said, in every email, he is using it pejoratively. He is not using it as, oh, non-Jewish people. He's using it as like them.
Hmm.
He's making it a very distinct slur. There's actually a great comedian video where this comedian refers to goy as a slur. He's like, it is our Jewish slur that we have for non-Jewish people, and then he explains why. You
You know,
know,
like Ari Shafir.
I don't actually know this one, but it's in the doc. It's actually it's about a minute. It's actually a very decent joke setup type situation where it's like, oh okay, I understand I understand the point you're trying to get at, but I think that my ultimate thing is that oh,
Romantic, what did you find?
I'm about to say, oh, man,
I have a couple.
come in so I can finish with my Epstein.
I have a couple questions. Okay.
Come on.
How are cat? How have you two gentlemen been receiving these files? How have you been seeing what you have saw so far?
I feel like I've looked at him through two lenses. One is this is all pedo, like this is a pedo, like
No. Where have you read these files at specifically? What medium? What platform
on
have
the
you been
internet.
on to?
I went to the actual deal Department of Justice one, and then I've been reading The rest of them have just been in either in website articles or screenshots of parts of the email. So articles, I went to the DOJ website, and then the rest have been Twitter or Instagram clips of the in particular emails.
I agree.
I read
That's
news articles and then they have links to reference sources.
all right. Great. That's where I was getting at. I'm literally on justice.gov /Epstein. This is insane. It's literally just a search bar. Search whatever you want.
Bro,
Yeah, you can search whatever you want.
no, there was I forget who,
Ooh.
what website, but there's a company that made it so that you could actually go on Gmail as Jeffrey Epstein and look at the emails.
Oh, search the
Dude,
word.
I'll send you the link to that. But that's my
I
point.
think.
Like, my
What
thing
didn't
is,
Dropsite do that?
huh?
Wasn't that Dropsite?
It might have been. I don't know exactly, but there was a website that did that, and to me, I think just to this point again is that it's so telling to me how much Epstein was willing to have, in particular, these conversations via email. Like it wasn't as though like he was scared to be like, oh, these people are like they're part of the, like he had no problem telling Bannon, saying all these things about Bannon, and then he did a whole interview. I actually downloaded and saved that 1 hour interview. I'm gonna watch that later this week. Uh, Maybe when I get on the plane, actually next week. But he has a 1 hour interview with him and Bannon, where it's just like a solo, and this is where you get some of the actual audio. The dude is crazy, bro. The dude is like legitimately crazy, and like the funniest. Like I said, every stereotype that they you have seen Jewish people try to run from basically the last 5 years to be like, no, we're not part of, like we're not. Epstein was like, what do you mean? We're exactly like that, and I
This
think
is our bag. Yeah.
that's the hilarious part because you see people trying to be like, no, 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 do not connect this to Epstein, do not connect, and it's like, why not? Once again, Farrakhan says something, and now everybody who ever associated with Farrakhan is responsible for the things he said. And Epstein says these things, and now it's, well, no, no, that's different. He's his own person. Well, everybody's their own person, but for some reason, this guy is allowed to be represent himself and himself only, but other people who are extremists, because that's what Epstein was. He was an extremist.
And that's why I asked you if you knew what Goyen was.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I did, yeah, but it's just too like I said,
I mean,
it's just
we can talk offline.
I got three things. First
Okay.
thing I want to say is I'm still on the website. I typed in the word island. It said 51,000 results. That's very funny to me. Secondly, 3 million files, right? That can't be it. It's not over, right?
no.
There's
There's
more.
3 million. Apparently, it's like up to like 8 million or like.
About to say there
Hmm.
has to be more. There has to
Yes.
be more. So I'm just like, who is sitting here reading all 3 million of these files and making these final assessments? Because you're gonna miss something. There's a lot of fucking.
I mean, they've already
I,
redacted some stuff.
I
I
mean,
feel
but
like
they
there's some juicy shit that people aren't. There's something in like
Hold on,
700. Go ahead.
can I
Sorry.
put my tinfoil Kufi hat on?
Please put
there you
it
go.
on.
So, two tinfoil Kufi hat scenarios. One minus one that doesn't have to do with the actual files. Have we ever considered that Epstein is just a pawn and the actual person who is responsible for all this is still in jail currently, and her name is Giselle. Is it Giselle or Ghislaine Maxwell?
His name.
She's the one whose father was a known Mossad agent. He was a known spy for the British intelligence. This is known. This is, once again, not things that I'm trying to tell you. It was known that her father was both these things. It was known that her father died mysteriously after apparently trying to bribe or try to blackmail the Israel government. These are all things that are known. So, if for me, wouldn't it make more sense that the only person who was around and saw all of this stuff but is only still alive is the woman whose father starts before all of this? Like, even with Epstein, like how Epstein got his money and stuff, it's kind of like nobody knows. Like nobody can actually pinpoint exactly.
Lex Wexler. That's all they know.
You have that conversation, but it's interesting because Wexler was how much older than I saw a great documentary that basically said that Epstein and Wexner, or whatever his name is, were in a relationship, and that's how he got the money. That he basically played your boy, and when your boy died, he gave him this money. So that's how he got. That was the documentary I saw. That's what they insinuated, that Epstein had a relationship with him, and through whatever.
So he was a motherfucking what's that shit called? Something of a state.
Oh, head of yeah, whatever. He had signed it over to him,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, but like that, there's all these theories, but the only theory that to me doesn't really fall into the tinfoil is that Maxwell is actually the real person who's responsible for all of this. That she is the actual person who's has the connections, who knows where the bodies are, who's seen all this stuff, because she's the one who's alive.
I mean, Charles, that's not a new theory.
No, I'm not saying it's any sort of, but it is the one that I would say isn't a prevalent, it isn't a public theory. The idea is that,
I mean, that's the only thing I think. Like when people be like they trying to distract you from the Epstein files, I think that's the real part that they're distracting us from. Like that's like I agree with you on that because it's just like
but I
nobody
don't
really
think,
talks about she moved prisons, went from high security to Martha Stewart jail. Like you know what I'm saying? She's in communication with the president now. Like what the fuck is going on, fool? Like so I understand what you're saying. I guess I'm not understand. I guess I'm so like Charles. Why are you talking about this? Because I pay attention, but at the
no,
same time, it's
but
just
that's the
like
thing. The idea is that people keep talking about this as if there's some confusion. No, there's no confusion. If Epstein is dead, that's fine. Cool. His number one co-conspirator is well and alive.
facts.
So there's not this thing where like, oh, we don't know. Actually, we do know. The person who actually might have more information is here. There's like that's the thing. There's no,
And they're not talking to her.
and they're not talking. No, I haven't seen one of these high profile media people be like, let me do a one on one with Giselle Maxwell. Like, wouldn't that make sense? The
It's
one
impossible. They don't
person,
even know what. They don't think they know what prison she's in.
like I said, the one person who has information for the stuff that happened after, during, and prior, because her father, once again, is a central key person in all of this. No one has ever, like, people break her up as a kind of afterthought, and that is what that's low key the beauty of being a woman, because you could be a woman and be directly connected to one of the largest, maybe the biggest, largest pedophile human trafficking ring, and people are just like, yeah, I mean, yeah, she was there. Like, no, you are clearly the leader. You are clearly, if not the leader, you are clearly a power player, and everyone is acting like she's just some helpless young woman who is just around for a good time. And it's like, no, there's nothing that says that. Everything states that she is very much so a responsible, active party in all of this.
I mean, she introduced him to Ehud Barak, which is the
The
ex
former
prime
prime minister of
minister
Israel.
of Israel. Yeah.
Once again, how would she even have these connections? Because of her father. I cannot stress this enough that yes, you might know this, you might have not need your tinfoil kufi hat, but for most people,
Keep it on, baby. Keep it on.
there's no connection really with her and the idea of Epstein. She is kind of just like, oh, just there. And my last point, and I'll move on from Epstein, is that I find it very interesting that there's a want to make this Russia, 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 because he's very clearly a Israeli spy intelligence asset. Like, even if you
He was
don't,
trying to defect to Russia for protection before he died, though.
yes, because you know what? I'm gonna take what I said back just slightly. I saw a great like infographic that basically explained that he wasn't really just an asset, he was the infrastructure. He knew the United States, Great Britain, Israel, and to some, and I don't know if they have it confirmed or not, some either Saudi or the UAE's intelligence.
UAE.
He to some had some way to get in whatever their intelligence community. So if you are in 4 different countries' intelligence community and are getting information and selling and giving it back and forth to different people within within
And
this web,
they allowed him to move freely too.
you aren't just one person's asset. You're the whole you're the web. You are the connector.
And you own the textbooks, so you can actually program children.
Like, so for me, I think the Epstein stuff is very easy to, like I said, put on your tinfoil kufi hat and be like, oh, it's just you guys are just like you. I saw Ted Cruz be like, oh, leave this alone. There's nothing in it. People are doing too much,
Yeah,
and
files.
you only do that if you know that there's an actual connections that can be made. Because if not, you would just let it be. You would let it play out how it plays out, and you'll see where the chips fall. But I think cats actually know that they have done nasty, nasty work, and they're gonna have to pay for it. It's to some extent. Maybe not now, but like public shame. I don't know how much it matters, but it might still go a little. Like you can tell these guys don't want this on their name. That's kind of the last hope we have that like we can shame enough of these cats where something good happens. I would say we could get into some Trump, but he didn't really do nothing this week. Did he do anything that you guys thought was worthwhile?
Was about to shut the government down, waited 15 hours, and they opened it again. So no.
Man, he just know Trump needs to know that he's causing people harm. Like there's people who thought the government was gonna shut down, resulting to all types of things, and then he just opens it back up. Like we need to respect. He needs to have like a little bit more respect for the common citizen. And
Business is business.
it's people who don't know they're gonna have a job, so now they result into things that they probably didn't want to do. You don't know what did City High say? You don't do when your son's at home
They're
crying.
gonna start that OnlyFans link. Fuck you talking about?
Honestly, you know what? Y'all see that picture of that shawty
So,
at the Super Bowl with the gray pantsuit with the gray what you call this suit?
can't say I
Generica or
have.
whatever her
Yeah,
name
Jarika.
is.
I don't know her. I don't know her.
Yes, I have that beautiful young woman. Shout out to her.
All right.
Nigga said I can't say that I have, and then
Once you said the name, it's just like that's a name.
he
Like you don't forget.
recanted in all of 2 seconds. Like
Listen,
what,
you
bro?
know what?
Once you hit, but it was the name. You
Listen,
said the name.
you know what? Let's segue
You know
to
what
our
he was
sports
talking
part of
about.
the
No, I
podcast.
didn't. Once you said gray pantsuit, I was like gray pantsuit. Once
It
you should
wasn't
have
even.
said
It wasn't
It
even a
wasn't even a
pant.
pantsuit.
It
it
was short.
wasn't. Definitely a short.
Great
The
short
girls.
suit.
The girls are
Yeah.
upset. The girls are
Oh,
upset.
Why?
The girls are upset. That's all.
well, you know what? Let,
What
let,
type
let
of
this be
thread
our,
shit?
let this be our
I
segue
don't
to
be
the
on
Super Bowl.
threads. Let's start.
That's, that sounds like some thread shit.
Now they said it was too provocative to be wearing around 2 53-man rosters plus coaching staffs and all of that.
These
How y'all
niggas
feel?
be at strip clubs and a whole bunch of other shit. People are
That's
throwing like women
I mean,
throw ass at them. Women, do you see some of the things that these women wear to games?
I feel like
Like
it's just
fuck,
the.
like
It's
fuck the
just
Super
the.
Bowl. Women go to fucking what's that shit called? North
Whole
South
Foods?
Field?
Whole Foods?
No, the Redskins Stadium. I mean,
Nah,
yeah,
I've
that
seen it.
shit.
I've seen it. I've seen it
Yeah,
on my explore
yeah,
page.
yeah, bro. Like you see the shit that they
You be
wearing to
like,
that.
hold on, you wore that? You
Some
wore that outside?
you
In
wore
the
that
NFL?
there.
They're not
You wore
interviewing
that
these.
there.
They're not interviewing these players, right? They're trying to say that these women are doing X, Y, and Z to get get the
Attention.
interview.
Fuck,
Yeah, yeah. I
fuck
mean, it's
out
the
of here.
age old. I mean, this is just sadly the nature of
If it's
sporting
something
events.
that actually, but like the whole killer is, I actually have seen this young lady on Instagram and shit. Went through her page. It's nothing new though. Like she dresses like this.
Exactly. But I mean, the joke yesterday is a little crazy, man. No bra, just blazer.
It's hot. It's hot.
I'm not
It's
mad
hot.
at it. It's hot. What you mean? Did you see what she wore the day before? Fully covered. Fully covered.
Hey, bro, you gotta get them fits off.
Hey, I'm not mad at
I'm
it.
not mad at her. I just think it's funny because the content that she's putting out there is her like I hate when people do stuff like that and then I'll be like I'm not she's putting out look at my body. Like that's what
I,
she's doing. Like let's be are we
I
gonna
think
be honest?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I think the bigger issue is maybe Cats didn't know that this was her bag, and this is Super Bowl week, so maybe Cats just didn't
Okay,
understand
that I
that this
can
is
see.
her bag.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like, this is
saying?
her bag,
Like
bro.
Cats have been seeing this all season. Ain't she a Panther
Facts.
shorty or something like that? She been in
No,
Carolina
when she did
crazy.
the interview with Cam, people were,
Yeah.
You know?
like for me, I just think it's funny because you wear something like that, it's provocative. Like, like it is what it is. But like, let's not
Mission
act
accomplished.
exactly. It got the people talking. Like, and
Mission
shout out to
accomplished.
her because my thing is that
Facts.
I don't know if she's actually good or bad at her job. So it's hard for me to be like it's an issue because if she's good at her job, then I don't care. I
And that's
personally
it.
don't care. Don't
And
care.
another, yeah, bro. And if she is dressed like that, bro, like be a fucking professional, bro. Like you're here for the Super Bowl. Like get interviewed by this young lady, do your time, and keep it moving. Like I feel you. Like but we also like if you gonna give
I'm with her on
women
that.
responsibility. If you're gonna give women responsibility, like as a man, you need to have hold that responsibility too, bro.
I'm
Like
not
be like
denying.
I don't
like
know.
be real, bro.
I don't know. Come on
Yeah,
now.
There's a
I'm,
You
time,
got
hey brother.
you
There's
got
a
your
time and place for
blazer.
everything. There's
How
a
am I
time and
supposed to
place for that
focus?
outfit. There's a time
How?
and place to be professional.
Exactly. There's a
exactly.
time and place. I'm trying to fucking go about my interviews for the whole Pro
Okay,
Bowl
I
or
hate
then
when
go
Super
about
Bowl,
your
and I
interview, bro. Then
I
go
got
about
titties
your
in my
interview.
face. Come on now. What are
I'm
we
with you.
doing, bro?
It's like this. It's like this. It's like this.
Turn up.
I don't ever believe in telling people how to
Fuck out of
dress.
here.
And as someone who
Fuck out of here.
went to church a lot of my youth, that was a big thing. Like how you present yourself when, and it used to baffle me because I'm like, we're just going to church. As I get older, I get it. It's not even about you know trying to define how people do that. It's just like you said, certain places call for certain things. Like, yo, if you go to school, we all went to a school where we wore uniforms, right?
Yeah,
Not
fingertip left
everybody
shorts.
not everybody wore the uniforms quote unquote correctly or were in compliance or whatever. But there was a clear difference between some shorty who was trying to, be a little bit fashionable with her shit versus some shorty who was out here trying to show you, bro, we knew them girls and like it was like, buddy, you're doing a little bit more than freaking the uniform. And that's my whole point. She could have went out there and wore something that was
Hey, bro.
sexy and did
The
all
yams was going. The yams was going yam.
that. Listen, we in particular, people know what their body look like. She if
Son,
she
get
look
over
like
the
that, she
fact,
look
son.
like
She
that.
tough. Y'all see bad bitches all the time. Y'all football
That's
players,
not
get over
you.
it. She
Cargo
tough.
shorts and no bra and a blazer at a Super Bowl conference. Let's be serious, man.
I understand, but fuck it,
No, you
bro. Like
don't.
I don't care. I don't care.
I once again, I don't think any of us care. But if somebody does, you gotta be like, okay,
I
You're at your
understand, but like, but
no,
I
fuck
understand the grapes.
fuck that. You're at
that's what
your
we're
place
saying.
you're at your place of employment that you work at today. We don't have to say what it is. You know what I'm saying? And there's a woman dressed like that trying to do her job. Somebody's gonna be like, yo, what is going on? We can't do this. You can't talk to this customer like that. You might have to go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know who she works for.
That's
And I'm just
not
like,
true,
who is
Bro,
allowing
there's a
this?
great episode of Modern Family where there's a very busty woman who works
bro.
at the who
If she, I'm
works
trying to tell you right now.
at the
If she
closet
work,
shop, and she
fuck it. If she work on the sales floor, she ain't going home.
once again that type of job. If she worked in a newsroom, half the newsroom is like, "Yo, hey, Jerika, can you like?" And I'm talking about Ash. If she went into the ABC studios or DeSale Street where you used to see
She,
me at,
bro,
those
I'm here, but she not,
everybody
but
would be like,
she not in studio.
"This is our point we're trying to make."
You're making this very specific.
Let's actually get to the Super Bowl because we're gonna stay on her for a long, long time if we.
Yeah, because I'm missing it. I don't give a fuck.
Listen,
Like
I
as
like
a,
that.
I
I
see
like
it.
the outfit. You know what I mean? I'm just
Listen, we
talking
that's what I'm
about
listen.
saying.
No one said it was a bad
Like
outfit.
she tough. Like I feel y'all. I honestly understand what everybody is so upset about. But at the end of the day, like if she's doing her job, all right, my nigga, get through this interview, go about it. Hey, tap your man, be like, hey, Slim Shorty, wild for that. But then like keep it moving. Like that's all you gotta do. That's all I'm saying. Like if you expect her to be professional, even though she dressed like that, but like if she was actually out here flirting with niggas doing the job, okay, cool. I understand. But if she's just like Charles said, I don't know how she interviewed because all I see is shorty body. So it's just like, if it's her
Mission,
body, she do this.
to
That's
Maddox's
why I'm
point,
not upset.
mission accomplished. Mission accomplished.
Facts. There we go.
Let's get to
We got
the
a cool
actual
7 minutes out of niggas.
Let's get to the actual Super Bowl. Uh, this game, I think, personally, I was shout out to Game Point. Check them out. Was on their pod, most recent one. Uh,
Come out tomorrow.
Blowout. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a blowout. Like I don't really have
Facts.
anything that makes me think that the Patriots will keep this game close. Once again, I've watched them play 3 playoff games, and I don't think the offense has been good. And I
They
don't think they
stumbled through all of them.
and I don't think they've played and I don't think their defense has had to face an offense as good as the one they're about to face in the Super Bowl. So I add those two things up, and I think this is kind of like easy Seahawks, do your thing. Hey, if you guys like Monday morning, if we're not talking about how bad the Seahawks beat the Patriots, I would be very concerned about what happened in that football game. So for
Right.
me, I'll let y'all do a little bit of the actual game analysis. I want to talk about Bad Bunny and this halftime performance because he was at the Grammys this past weekend.
Shout out to
He
him for winning the album of the year.
won, I think, the first Spanish-speaking album to win Album of the Year. Shout out to a good reggaeton brother for doing that. Uh, but he said something that I want to make sure I get this right. He said, "Before I say thanks to God, I'm going to say ice out." He told the crowd at the Grammys, and
Hey, bro, that's the most foreign way to say he not fucking ice out. Like,
uh,
tell me English is not your first language.
that's funny. Uh, I just find that such a compelling stance because the Super Bowl to me, it's not this big. It's a very American cultural thing, but not in the way where I think something like Bad Bunny doing Ice Out would have any actual meaning, if that makes sense. Like I don't
It's
think
not an everyday it's not a everyday football game.
yeah, but even the stage doesn't give to me like this super kind of It's a very sports centered thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it is very much so for a very specific type of American person. It's not like a general, in my opinion, it's not just a general consensus. Now the event in itself, yes, like Super Bowl Sunday, people going to their little parties, and that's kind of like but the actual from 6:30 to whenever the game ends is a very specific type of situation. Like a very specific, hey, we're here because we want to be here. So I don't know. Like I know people are gonna tune out at the halftime show because they don't watch halftime. Like they don't care about mute. Like they're here to watch this football game. Nothing
I won't
more.
be watching a halftime show.
You know, nothing more, nothing less. So for me, I just don't know. Like if it's actually gonna do what I believe some people think. Like it's gonna be like this kind of place where you get all these different people to respect. I just don't know, like to make a statement or a change. Like I don't think that happens at a place like the Super Bowl for this situation. If you had somebody randomly run onto the crowd during the game, I think that would be more impactful than any actual thing that him as a performer is going to come and do. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, I think I know what you're saying now. So you're saying well, like the halftime show, him doing anything for like to go against ICE or say something against ICE isn't the platform for it
It's not
because
even that.
these
It's not even that it's not the platform. I just don't think it will resonate in the way people think. Like last year, the
that's what
whole
I'm saying
thing,
because it's like that because like the crowd that's what I'm saying the platform for because the crowd is not the people that you like that give a fuck about that.
it wouldn't even matter. I just don't think you can disrupt it enough. Like these people
Touche.
are truly. It'd be different if, for example, at the Grammys, that makes a little more sense because that's what you got. Like you guys are here for this kind of creative. Da da da. The Super Bowl is a football game. Like literally, there are a large portion of people who are here for the Seahawks and the Patriots. Nothing else. Like there are people who are gonna go to a Super Bowl party on Sunday and are only there because they want to watch. They don't care about any. It is strictly the football game. I don't know if you can, if what you're gonna say at that event is going to resonate with people because even if you do, even if they are listening, they're listening for however long your thing is, and then they're going right back to the game. Like
It's
literally
the
when the third, literally when the
Bonito
third
Bowl.
quarter starts, they're back to where like I don't think there's anything. Once again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does the most. He does like the craziest show where he bringing out all types of things and symbolism. But like last year at Mook, I watched the Super Bowl with you and Foley last year.
I must say that's the last time I honestly watched the halftime
When
show.
we were watching that halftime show, we were literally waiting for him to say the thing about Drake.
Hey
Literally,
Drake,
that was the whole point of the show. Was is he gonna say the thing about Drake? Is he gonna say the thing about Drake? As soon as he said the thing about Drake, we were like, okay.
were y'all ready to go smoke now?
Literally, it was like he gonna call Drake a pedophile or at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was it. There was no real like, oh man, we're here for. And then people were like, Uncle Sam. I'm like, once again, if you ask people today what they remember about that halftime show, I think most people would be like, Uncle Sam, Samuel Jackson. Like, it's not like I don't really see like a thing where everyone is like, man, do you remember when they had all the people in the jails, in the jail cells, and does anybody ever remember anything of like that from the performance?
I remember a lot
Ooh.
of choreography. That's all I remember. Is a
Bro,
You
lot of
talking about Kendrick jump?
Bro, I
Mhm.
can't. I can tell these
Bro,
if
I
I
was
off the top
I'm
of my
telling
head,
y'all now. I
off,
was waiting to go smoke, bro.
off the top of my head, all the Super Bowl halftime performances I can remember: Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake,
Titty.
Shakira. For some reason, I remember like she was at a Super Bowl.
And the reason most people remember that Super Bowl is because she did the Arab tongue noise in the camera, the little brrrr jump, that
Be-
shit, and everybody was
Beyonce,
like, "What the fuck was that?" And she, because she's half Arab.
Beyonce when she was dressed like a Black Panther.
Shout out to that.
50 Cent and
That's
them because I was just like, why they got all these old rapping ass niggas at the Super Bowl?
and why is Curtis upside down?
That
And
was
yeah,
fire.
and then Bruno Mars, he was at the Beyonce Super Bowl. Was that like, or am I missing, or am I confused?
You're confused.
Which
Okay,
was
so then I
was
remember
the
him.
weekend at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Okay,
That's when he was running through walls and shit.
okay. I remember that on. I
Rihanna,
remember that
Rihanna
on
did a
Twitter.
Super Bowl recently.
She did.
Rihanna, I think her memorable shit was she was flying in the air and she was also faking, well, not faking, but trying to hide the pregnancy and shit.
That's the all red jump.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you see what I'm saying? Like
Okay,
these are
I
things
seen
that.
all of this shit on Twitter.
That's my point, bro. And that's my point. The Super Bowl halftime show mattered when niggas didn't have the internet. Like in 1993, when In Living Color was doing their when they did their little bit and they had all those people leave the halftime show, watch Fox for the half, and go watch In Living Color, and then the NFL was like, "We'll never have this happen again, so we'll get Michael Jackson, the biggest superstar." I get it. 1993, that makes a lot of sense. It is 2026. It's not the same.
I think it makes sense though, right? Besides this whole political bullshit. I mean, they were saying this back. You guys just said he just won album of the year.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Grammy, so I didn't know that.
I
But
didn't watch
to
it either,
me,
but it was on the algorithm.
before before I mean, even when he got announced, there was a lot of drama at that point. But I think it makes a lot of sense, man. These guys have been trying to get the biggest artist since this guy Jay-Z has kind of shifted to being, the whatever, the A&R for the Super Bowl halftime show. So I think, you get the biggest international artist here as you have the NFL trying to be this international powerhouse as they just announced all these international games they're doing today.
Australia.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So I think this makes sense. I think what's kind of ruining it is the whole ice shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they were trying to be like, hey, we got the biggest international star. You know what I'm saying? We're coming off of doing a lot of these big halftime performances. Let's get Bad Bunny, as I say.
Bad Bunny.
Let's get him here, and it's kind of getting ruined by ice. I think
Big Bonito.
I was in a chat, and they announced the alternative halftime show.
Yes.
We haven't seen that a day in our lives, and I think that is just, to me, I don't even care about this Super Bowl that much. I know you said we don't need to talk about the specifics of the game, even though I do have some stats that I would love
Yeah,
to get
come
out.
on.
But I don't. to me, I don't care about the Super Bowl that much for a fan perspective, but go Mike McDonald, as I said. But to have an alternative halftime show, that's crazy to me. Like, I think that just represents like maybe how bad things are going in America. That you have to be this
You can say
racist.
it's racism.
Do you have to be this racist? Like we've had, like, bro, they literally had Kendrick Lamar last year. As we just said, it was 50 Cent. It was the whole like this
Bro,
whole
and he
conglomerate of people.
and he called
And
a Jew a racist. I mean, a rapist.
you know what I'm saying? Like it was all black people
I
the
did
last
that.
few years. Black, Usher, Kendrick Lamar. But when we get Bad Bunny here is when we have to do the alternative halftime show.
That's
We've
a good
never
point.
seen
But
that,
that's the
bro.
thing. It's
That's crazy to me.
like
That's crazy to me.
I think the ice stuff, to your point, is a real thing. Like I've maybe just not taken it for as serious as maybe I should. But like cats really legitimately, to your point, openly racist. Like it's people always been racist, but like to openly to have an all, it's just like, huh, really?
I could go really left here. Like I'm trying to figure out, not like left, but like left in form of
Yes.
what we're talking about. But like to be mad at where's Bad Bunny from? Let's
Puerto
start.
Rico.
Puerto Rico.
So to be mad at someone from that type of descent, right? Like I'm applying for a job today. You know when you
You
apply
mean
for a job,
American? That nigga is American.
are we calling that American? Like is that a
It
part
is
of
a
it?
part of America. They pay
It
taxes.
doesn't get more. It doesn't really get more American
Then
than being
Puerto Rico.
The fuck?
than being an
The fuck are
American
you talking?
territory.
You don't need a
About
passport to go to Puerto Rico, nigga. You can fly Southwest to Puerto Rico right now.
Yes,
Jamaicans are American as well.
you need a passport to go to Jamaica.
I don't think you do.
You do.
Yes, you do, dumbass. That's not America.
Anyway, Puerto Rico ain't American to me, my nigga. That ain't part of the 50 states. They ain't
Why?
never taught
Because
me that. They ain't never taught me that.
it's a U.S. territory, James.
That ain't a state.
It's not. It's a
Anyway,
Come on, man.
territory.
listen,
Come on, man. Come on,
listen.
man.
You gotta,
Colonialism.
why do they have a box just for like, are you Mexican? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy to me. That's
What?
I'm literally applying for
Yeah.
shit, and I'm just
Are you
like,
Hispanic?
why? Why is that the one box? And then you got everything else.
Yeah.
Like, are you, Asian,
What?
African
What you check?
American? Nigga, I'm not. We know what I check now. Nigga, what you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? But honestly, bro, it's just I've been just like, bro, this underlying issue. I guess he is Puerto Rican. I'm sure that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just call him Hispanic. You know what I mean? Like, what? So,
I
like,
mean,
it's just
technically he is.
Actually, Hispanic and Latino is a real thing. I get it confused. Apparently, I need to do
Actually,
better.
he is Boricua, if anything, because Hispanics like the bees, because that's the tribal thing, I believe.
it's just like, why are we doing this to them in America like that? If this is a territory at this point, why are we doing this to our
At
fellow
this point,
American
Hold on,
at
they
this
said
point?
Bruno was absolutely with Beyonce. What are y'all talking about, bro?
Nah. Well, he might have done
I
a
don't,
feature or something.
Charles. I
Like,
don't
no.
know.
I literally had the thing pulled up of list of halftime performances. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm just saying.
Charles, I don't know.
Beyonce turned the lights off. That's all I know.
Oh, give us your stats. Give us your stats.
Oh, so the stats for the Super Bowl here, man. I don't think it's gonna be a good game, man. But there's something about these underdogs in the Super Bowl. I think they said the last 18
5.
Super Bowls. You're 5 as well. Last 18 Super Bowls, man. That underdog is 13-5 in that bitch. You know what I mean? Last 5 ones, they're 5-0 against the spread. 4 of the 5 won outright. I mean, spread is 4.5 here, but I do think it's a blowout. Well, I don't think it's a blowout. I literally texted a Patriots fan. He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to put it all on Pats." I'm like, "Yeah, give me Seattle -7. Like, I think it's gonna be a touchdown, at least at minimum." But those stats against the spread for the dogs in general, you can't go against stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, this is their time to shine. I think Cats got to respect Mike Vrabel a little bit, but I also think there's a lot of milk behind the ears for the Patriots, man. Drake May, Travion Henderson, all those guys, man. But I don't know. I don't got much for the Super Bowl. I'm just rooting for my coach at this point.
If Drake May had played better, and even
we'd all be riding.
These 3 games, I'd be like, "Oh, this is gonna be a bro." He has been bad. Like, legitimately, he's been bad. Like, so to sit up here and now for me to just be like, he's gonna play the best defense. We did this last time. the best unit left in the playoffs. He's
Get
now
back.
all of a sudden going to play better than Wade. Bro, he had 3 turnovers versus the Texans, and the only reason why he scored 3 touchdowns is because C.J. Stroud was across. Like everyone keeps talking about, oh, he had 3 touchdowns that game. This is how I know that what cats. It's not that
You ain't
cats.
watching the games, Lord.
It's not even that they don't be watching. It's that cats be having agendas. Cats be wanting
Agendas
to
for
say
sure.
that the quarterback did something so much that they won't take any context. They won't take things into context. The context of him scoring those 3 touchdowns were that many a times they were short fields. I think he had 1 touchdown where he actually drove like past 50 yards. Almost everything was a short field in that Texas game. Why? Because C.J. Stroud was horrific. So if you're telling me that Sam Darnold is about to be horrific, then okay, this will be a decent game. But if Sam Darnold just plays decent, they're going to rout these boys. And when I mean rout these boys, we're gonna be talking about at halftime, like
49ers.
we're gonna be talking about like at halftime, like, oh, y'all ready to go do something else? Like that's what I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping
Hey,
I'm wrong, but
last time we did that, we missed a great thing. Well, at least I did. So
28-3.
last time I left the Super Bowl party, I was like, "What the fuck?"
I
So
mean, once again,
never mind.
outlier. How many times in a Super Bowl has a team been down by 20 and won?
25. But yeah,
So
yeah. I don't got much for the Super Bowl, man. Yeah, I don't know. As much as I want to fade Mono, we know I don't like Mono. This is prototypical James. Eat your words. This guy won it all. So fuck it.
oh
I'll
wow,
just
yeah,
take
this
the
is typical you to
typical me to go against the guy and then he just wins it all. But I'll just be that guy. Be like, yeah, Mike McDonald, it's my guy. So fuck it.
all right.
I've been for my
Last
team since. So
who's your team?
Seahawks. I told you the Seahawks and for Texans to go to the Super
Oh
Bowl,
yeah.
but
Damn. Did
one
you?
let me
Maybe
down.
let me see what we said on that. Whatever episode we did. I would love to see
But
this. I'm pretty sure I
I
saved it.
definitely said Seahawks Texans because
Yeah,
they
that's
had the
why he was
two
mad
best
when the
units.
Texans lost.
Facts. And
I'm
because
pretty sure
CJ Stroud just didn't have to throw one pick. If he didn't throw that pick six, bro, wallahi, they won.
I'm trying
well,
to
he cut
tell
his hair now, so he's got
you.
his
Hey, son, get
superpowers
the
back.
yeah, them niggas. They need to trade that nigga immediately.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Let's go. Finish this episode with NBA trade deadline. Today was a pretty decent like y'all would argue a pretty decent day as
I
far as
fucked
trade.
To-
with the I
Today,
fucked with the trades
no. I
today.
think yesterday was the day.
Okay, well, do you think this was a decent trade deadline in general, like as far as movement, activity, that type of thing?
Yeah,
Maddox shaking his head, no, why
I
not?
mean, it just seemed like to me the prototypical trade deadline. You think that big guy, that big fish is gonna get traded,
James Harden
and
got
then
traded.
again, you think that big guy, that big fish is gonna get traded, and he
son.
doesn't get traded. And Giannis and Ja, you know, what I mean, we've been waiting for that all
So you think
season.
Ja's more of a big fish than James Harden in the year 25, 26?
Yeah, I think a guy that's in year what
His team is
13,
fucking
14.
losing.
I think a guy that's in year 13, 14. You know, I don't care what you've done. I mean, Hall of Fame guy, top 75 for sure, versus a
It's
guy
not
that's
done.
what
It's doing.
year what 4, 5 for a cat. Like, you know what I mean? There's just more upside at this point for a Ja Morant over James Harden, I would think.
Tripping, tripping.
I mean, if you want regular season success, sure, take James Harden for
What is
fucking
Ja
sure.
done?
But here's my
Again, in year 4 to 5, what did we say? James Harden, we didn't even get there at that point in his career. 4 or 5.
Yeah, he
Wasn't the
was in the
guy.
finals.
He wasn't the guy. He was third option at that point. You know what I mean? So
and
Literally
then
was
there's
he got
way
that
more
traded, and then
there's
in
way
two
more upside.
years he was the guy.
averaging
All right.
30,
All right.
triple
So
doubles
MVP.
every night.
okay.
Literally, only reason why he probably doesn't have a ring is because of Steph Curry.
Facts.
Well, good for him. But again, in that same year of it was year 4 when Harden got traded, right?
Yes, 4 or 5. Yes.
Yeah.
So here we are with Ja Morant. You can go on to greater pastures. So you're telling me that a nigga that's in year 4 or 5 is not a bigger fish than a cat that's in year 13,
I
14
don't
or
think
whatever.
Ja Morant is as good as James Harden was back then in year 4 and 5. That's my thing.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
think
they're
he
two different
goes.
type of players.
I just don't think it doesn't matter. He's not as good.
Yeah. It's just
Okay.
like it's like Giannis and James Harden. Not the same type of player. One player is obviously better than the other, correct?
Facts.
Some would say.
All right. So Giannis is better than James Harden. Like that's
Some
what
would
it is.
say. Some would say the opposite.
Once
I'm just
again,
telling you what I would. I'm just
once
telling you
again,
what cats would tell me.
listen, I don't deny what you are
I'm
saying
not denying. Yeah,
as a
facts.
point, but what I'm telling you is that John, we all of us here, fuck what everybody say right here. Giannis is better than James Harden, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Those
so
jerseys back there. What do you mean?
listen. I'm
Don't
just
keep
I'm
staring
just
at me.
saying because
That
the point is
jersey is
that
back
they
there.
don't even
My
though they
God.
don't play the same position. I don't think that because I see that a lot. I see that idea that like, oh, this person's a center, this person's a guard. It's like, well, we're talking about basketball here. Like that's, I'm sorry, we're not talking about can you guard centers. That's my thing about Rudy Gobert in particular. I hate to just jump around here, but Rudy Gobert is a really good basketball player. He can't guard Luka. Fine, that's perfectly fine. He's a really good basketball, really good defender. That's the truth. Like that is a fact. Now, can he guard Luka and other guards? Probably not. But that doesn't take away from him being a really good basketball player in his own right. So for me, just because you don't play, we could do the comparisons of 1v1, just basketball players. Like they play basketball. So it doesn't I'm not really too hung up on, position type shit if we're deciding who the best basketball player is. That's just me.
I'm just saying. A cat in year 4 or 5 versus again 14, 15. Like what are
Listen,
you what are you what are
And
you what are you
and
building for at this point?
and this job. First of all, that's a Memphis question because I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
well, let's
And
They don't know what they're doing either.
well let's talk about it.
exactly,
They traded Okay, they didn't trade
Triple
John.
J.
Let's focus. Let's focus. They didn't trade John Moran. Okay, fine. But Memphis did trade Triple J, a whole bunch of picks. What are they doing?
About to rebuild.
God bless.
I don't know, man. I don't know how much you can rebuild without. Like my thing about rebuilding is you rebuild with a player or picks. The
About to get
Mavericks are going
picked.
to be able to rebuild because they got Cooper Flag with the number one overall pick. Um, the Thunder were able to rebuild because they got SGA in a trade. If you don't
And a
get
bunch of picks.
Yeah, if you don't get a guy or like a bunch of picks to maneuver and do things with, I think the Wizards have set themselves up to do this.
Facts.
They got Trey Young, relatively young. They got a bunch of picks. So, and then to top it off, they got AD, a solid veteran. Now, will AD ever play? Who knows? But
And they didn't trade any of their own picks.
so it seems as though like they're putting themselves together to make a good run. For me, I like the Wizards move of all the trade deadline moves. I think I might like the Wizards moves the best because I think it helps both now and the future. And I don't know if I always see that with a lot of feels like in the NBA it's one or the other. People either go all in for this year or to win in the near future, or they do what Memphis is doing and they kind of be like, oh, we about to blow this thing up. Send me your 20, 29, and 30 pick. Um, I think sometimes people value picks way too much, in my
Facts.
opinion. Like getting a 20, 30 pick sounds good in theory, but I don't know what the freshmen are looking like right now. Like the freshmen in
I
high
say,
school, I don't really keep up with their game. So while it might
dude,
be while it
Zachary
might
Richard draft.
while it might be great to have them, have those picks, you know what is better? To have talent. So for me, I'm always about like, yo, can you get talent and can you get talent that works together correctly? Because when you have a Giannis, when you have a Joker, you have a finite amount of time where you are gonna actually be able to win. Like you're not gonna have a lot of time. Everyone is like, "Oh, you always got a chance." Like, yeah, in theory, the guys playing you have a chance, but Giannis is in year what? 14, 13.
13.
The last couple of years, he hasn't had a chance. Has he?
No,
It seemed
no, nowhere
like
near.
for like
Miles Merritt Lee has a famous thing to saying that he has not won a playoff game since I think 2021 or 22. So
from 2018 to like
So since they
2022,
won the chip,
the year after.
essentially,
They think
essentially,
yeah. So my thing is that from 2018, when he won, like I think that first MVP to 2022, everyone was like, he's always gonna be here. He's always gonna be here. He went to a conference finals and he won a finals and he hasn't sniffed one since. And Giannis, I think everyone would argue is a top 5 player in the NBA right now.
I wouldn't give him that right now. Just hasn't been healthy enough this year.
This year, Giannis, you can name 4, 5 players better than Giannis this season.
Some cats would, yeah.
Stop telling me some cats. Would you name
but
5
we
players?
talking about you. What is your opinion?
Yeah,
All right.
maybe he might be 5 to 7 for me. Maybe
Name
then
your
6 to
5, bro.
7.
Who are your 5 people, bro?
Joker, Luca, Shea, Cade, um, and that might be where Giannis falls.
Okay. I agree
But
with
again,
you.
he hasn't played for me personally. I'm just not.
Giannis has. How many games has Jokic missed and how many games has Giannis missed?
I can tell you that Giannis missed more than fucking.
I didn't
Joker.
say he did. I'm saying how in
Joker just missed
like
16.
19 games.
I'm gonna say
16
that
games
nigga
for
just
sure.
missed 3 weeks.
So what are we
Yeah.
talking
4
about?
weeks.
Giannis missed a few and then came back and then missed some more games. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Cats don't be playing for real in the NBA. Like, Cats is old. Shea just got hurt the other day, and he's about to be out.
Where does
Huh?
Anthony Edwards fall in this list for this year?
Anthony Edwards to me is top 10 for sure. He's between 5 and 10, but yeah, he's top 10 for sure.
Even though he's been to the Western Conference Finals 2 years straight.
We're talking about this year.
My bad, buddy. You're right. I like what the Timberwolves did, and I like what the Hawks did. Since if we're still in the trade,
No, we on the trend. That's what I'm saying. I'm just
yeah.
you
I like
like
what the
Hawks
Hawks.
did? Yeah, you're a Hawks fan. What do you like about that?
I like that we freed Kuminga.
Oh, they free Kuminga. You got to benefit from the freeing of Kuminga.
Hey, brother, however you would like to put it, I would say we liberated that black man and brought him to Atlanta because for some reason they wanted to trade him to us. So hey, we got him. But I really like and then like and how we're just building around the future. Like we got a lot of young, linky, defensive guys. Like we got people that play defense first and rebound and they fly around the court, bro. We got shooters. And then it's just like Kuminga will be able to be like play. Like him and Jalen Johnson can literally go back and forth. Like anytime Kuminga getting 20 and 19 minutes, 21 and 20 minutes and shit like that. Niggas trying to tell me he's not productive. I'm just like, I don't understand. But yeah, I'm just happy he's and then like our coaches, so we have like a free flowing offense, low key. So it's just like a lot of ball movement, ball always moving. So that means players are moving and the ball's moving. So I think that frees up because we don't really have a point guard right now either. So like Jalen Johnson fake running the point. So
Is that
that's
the
gonna
new
be
NBA where
interesting.
the wing is your point guard? Everyone's doing that.
Yeah, yeah, that shit's cute. Um,
I mean, and they're
I don't
building
personally
around
like
him.
it.
It seems like all the pieces are meant to be built around him
No
as
facts, and
as
that's
a
what I
as a point forward.
yeah facts, and that's why I like kind of like it. So it's just like I'm fucking with it. Dyson Daniels has proved me wrong. I didn't think he was going to do what he's doing this year at all. I just thought he's going to be a defender, but for some reason, somehow this nigga's getting triple doubles and shit. So shout out to him, and because I didn't see this growth coming. So yeah, bro, I'm fucking with that. But I also like Io to the Timberwolves like a lot, a
I,
lot, a lot.
honestly, I think that's a sneaky move because they have no real bench work. Like
That's
outside
what
of
I'm
Nas
saying.
Reed, they had no guard. Like Rob Dillingham, I love that, but Rob Dillingham,
He was he was too small,
he
bro.
wasn't doing it. Like he just wasn't doing it. And if you could tell me either Io or DiVincenzo, because DiVincenzo been starting, but if you could do something where you get both of them to kind of get some started bench action, I actually think that's a very very compelling team. And as you said, they've been to the Western Conference Finals twice, back to back. So this is how you get over to be in the NBA. It's on the margins. It's veteran players. Like everybody has superstars. It's do your superstars show up at the most important time, and do your players on the margins do what they're supposed to do? Last year, Anthony Edwards, he didn't show up when it counted the most. Like in the conference finals,
Facts.
Shea took his cookies. Like, give me that.
Facts.
And he showed why he was the MVP. This year, I think if you Io, Nas Reed, like that's a solid. Those are in the playoffs. We only go at 8 deep. That's a solid bench now. That I'm like, all right, like y'all each could score 20 off the bench, and I wouldn't be surprised. And I think that's the type of shit you need in the playoffs. Uh, you
It's
know
gonna
what?
be hard getting in the
You
West.
know what move? I like Zubac to the Pacers. I love
Yeah.
Zubac to the Pacers. I think
I think
Zubac
that's one that slept on niggas because the Pacers are literally
exactly.
dog shit.
I think it's one of those that next year when the Pacers are next year this time when the Pacers are like the number one seed, people gonna be like, how? And it's like, well, Zubac, Pascal, Halliburton,
Whoever their pick
Nemhard,
is,
Nemhard, and AJ or Carlos Boozer. Because I don't think they'll
hey,
go.
look,
I don't think they'll go
low
Peterson.
key.
I think
I
they.
was about to say,
I,
but if he go there though, bruh, you want to? Oh my God, with Hallie passing him the ball,
yeah.
because
I,
he's too efficient as it is with all the shit he be doing off the dribble. But if you telling me as efficient as that young man is, with Halliburton just passing him the ball, he don't got dribble. Oh my God,
nah, I definitely think that's one of the things that when we finish, we're gonna be like, oh, it's like next year, we're gonna be like, oh. Also, I think Ben Mathurin might go nuts in LA. I
he is
think he might go nuts in LA. Like he's a young cat
like
who needs more of a green light, and he just wasn't gonna get that in Indiana the way Rick Carlisle coaches, and just the players around him. But
he.
now
I
with
like that young man.
nobody outside of Kawhi, and Kawhi barely be playing these days, it seems like, shit, Ben gonna go crazy. Ben and Garland, Ben Bath and Garland and Darius Garland, I think is a lot more interesting than people may give credit for right now. Why are you shaking your head, James? You can't shake your
I think
head then
I
leave.
think it's for his son.
Yeah, I'm getting badgered.
All right. All right, we better be. I think we almost done the NBA trade deadline. Anybody else got anything else? We did the Mavs, we did the Grizzlies, we did James Harden. We talked about Trey Young. Is there any other trade deadline? Oh, the Celtics got a little better. They got Vucevic for Anthony Simmons. I think they niggas laughed at me in the group chat when I said, do the Celtics think they actually got a chance this year? And I was like, why y'all laughing?
Who left? Who left?
Oh, Madden.
I ain't see that text.
Yeah, I laughed.
Son, they
For a
got a
second,
possible MVP on that team right now, bro.
Jalen
possible.
Jalen Brown, they are
Win it
currently
all.
second in the East, tied with the Knicks. Five
East is
games,
trash, right? That's
five
what they
games
tell
back.
me.
Huh?
East is
Who said
trash.
that?
That's what they tell me.
Once again, who is that? But it's wide open.
Tell me that's
That's the
It's open, bro.
the East is wide open. If you made me pick right now, I think the Pistons should win it, and I think the Pistons are the best team in the East. Me personally, full stop. It's easy for me. Like there's nothing that doesn't make me think the Pistons aren't the best team. And the Knicks, I was talking to Verb before we started his show the other day. He was like, "Oh, the Knicks." Da, da, da. I was like, "Look, man, I'm the type of choosy lover that I will go back to last year and be like, the Knicks shouldn't have even beat the Pistons last year. That horrible call that the refs didn't give them when they fouled Tim Hardaway Jr. in the quarter, and
Game
they
7.
and what was the game? It was like game 4. It was like game 4 or 5. If they give that,
Okay.
oh, it was game 5 because they would have went up 3-2, going
There we
back
go.
to going back to New York. I'm the type of loser that goes, well, if the refs make the right call, the Knicks don't even get out the first round. Like I'm that type of guy because I like being a dickhead when it's necessary.
I mean, it was some funny shit Game 7 too. So it's just like,
That's
it
my
was.
point is
It
that
was tape season last. Their season was last year, so I got nothing for
exactly,
them this year, and
exactly,
they just
bro.
fucked it up. So I got nothing for them this
The,
year.
the Knicks are basically the Bills from last year. Like that your chance was your
shit,
chance.
they might be the Bills this year, nigga.
Now, I love, as I said, I love Cade, man. I still think he needs another guy, and I don't think we got that guy at the trade deadline. So I don't think I don't know who I have coming out
When
the
you
East
say
as of
another guy, you
today.
just mean another ball handler? Another, like, what do you mean by that?
I think he needs a good scorer. I don't think he needs another ball handler. I think he needs a scorer. I've been
Okay.
talking to a
So
cat. They're
like
like, Tobias needs to be the guy, but I'm just like, dog, is Tobias gonna be the guy? You
Yikes.
know what I'm saying? Like I can't do that, man. I don't know who he just
actually
needs another score, man, for me
you
personally.
you know who I would have liked? You know who I wanted to get traded there, but they didn't end up trading him? Malik Monk. I wanted him to go to Detroit.
I could have wasn't he there?
I think, yeah,
I'm
like
thinking,
before he went.
yeah.
My thing about
Yeah.
Detroit is that I agree with everything both of y'all saying, but I think this is one of those this is one of those times where you look at your roster, you look at the Eastern
Oh
Conference, and
no,
you say,
I
how
agree with you, Chuck. 100%.
how do I maximize this in particular roster? So with Cade and Duran being our focal points, I think they hit it on the nail by finding spacing and shooting. You Duncan Robinson to me was their only like legitimate 3-point threat. Now they added more shooting, and I think, like I said, with this version, I agree with everything you said. That he probably needs another guy who can come off the bench or come ahead and
Need a
get 15 to
bucket.
and 15 to
Yeah.
20. Maybe at the end of the game, maybe he has only scored 8 to 10 points, but he could get those last
A
7 points where he needed.
a guy was waived today.
I totally agree with you, but I think the East is so wide open and it's so everybody's game that if I'm Detroit, I'm staying packed and I'm like, yo, find me two more shooters and you and Duran, if y'all are so good as I think y'all are, y'all gonna get me to at least the conference finals. At least.
And Amen
Third
and Amen Thompson keep cutting.
sure.
Like,
Cut
For that.
every time I go
you
to the
get to the
bucket,
bucket,
nigga. Cut. Nigga.
Duncan, you find some 3-point shooting. Who's the other shooter they got? Was it Luke Kennard? No,
Yeah,
no, that
that's what they
Yeah.
that's
bro.
yeah.
We're gonna spread this thing out.
Hold on,
Cade,
no. Atlanta got Luke Kennard, and then we traded him away, I believe.
hold on, let me just double.
Because if Luke Kennard was on the Hawks this year, that's a fact.
He was, but he was on another team.
I
I'm
think we
sorry,
just
Los.
trade. I think we,
We got traded to Los Angeles.
yeah.
Luke Kennard. Let me see. Who was it? Who was it?
Kevin
Because he was in
Herter.
Detroit
There
with
we
us.
go. It was
There we
Herter.
go.
He was on Atlanta. It was Herter who got traded. I'm
And I don't
sorry.
even like Herter
But
like that.
he was in,
I
he
don't
was in
either, bro.
Sacramento. Where the
He's
fuck
from
was
the
he this
Bulls.
year?
He was
He's
in
on
the
the
Bulls this
Bulls.
year,
There we go.
but he started
He
with y'all.
was in Sacramento a couple years ago. That's when I was liking Kevin Herter, and he just kind of probably went to the Bulls and routed away like how Bulls players do. But I don't know, man.
UMD cat.
I
Yeah.
don't, I don't know. You know what I mean? You got Duncan, my guy in Michigan, man, and then Herter. You know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean?
Once again,
38-8 tonight. Let's throw that out there. Shout out to Cade, great
here's the.
baller.
How much do you have?
38-8.
My thing about once again, this is
And a L.
my thing is that
Damn.
in
Who they
in
play?
the NBA
The Wizards,
playoffs,
brother.
rosters get shrunk. We're not playing.
They do
We're
6,
not.
7-man
We're playing
roster.
7, 8, maybe 9. So Herter
Honestly,
becomes
Tibbs nigga, it's a strong
Herter
set.
becomes so much more important because he's going to be part of that 7, 8 man rotation. So now it's him and Duncan.
He can shoot that bitch too.
Bro, Tobias, if you hit some big shots, bro, you'll be a legend in Detroit forever.
Here's what Tobias has. He has to be Chris Middleton of the Giannis
Yes.
run. That's what he needs to do.
Yes,
And I think he can do it. That
I
nigga
think he
just
can.
don't be he just be hurt. So it's just like, yo, if you can be available, maybe this is your time to
Tobias
shine.
is finally at a place in his career where his contract, I think, matches who he is as a player. So everything should be okay now. He's not overpaid to the point where you're like, my dude, you're supposed to be showing up and doing stuff. He's adequately paid. His actual position on the team is adequate. No one's asking him to be the second or third. He might be the fourth option. Like, everything fits perfect for him to just come slide in from time to time
Yeah.
and do
They
his
run
thing.
plays for beef stew before they run plays for that
You see what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't, but there's stuff to be had. I just think that it is a lot more Detroit is in a lot better place than I think everybody else is trying to say, especially like I said, this East is so wide open, man.
So who's got the West then? We've been talking Super East. Who's got the
Woo,
West?
that's too hard right now. Uh, you know what? Shout out to Rodney. I'm gonna go with the Spurs. I'm gonna go with the Spurs.
I say I got three teams. I got Denver, Timberwolves, and Spurs.
Mister, what we doing in the East?
Hey man, GA. I
Okay,
think we'll get a back to back, and if we don't, I'm rocking with my guy Jokic for sure. But I think it's a back to
We're
back for
definitely not getting a
Cats,
back
man.
to back.
yeah, I don't think we're
We're
getting a
not
back
getting
to
a
back.
back to back.
Personally,
I
I don't.
think we are. I think we are, man. I think
We're
last year
not.
was probably
We're not.
harder. I think it's harder for last year. They're trying to get through their woes. You know, all they can't do is get through the Spurs. I think they're gonna catch the Spurs slipping, man. That 7-5 alien just can't stay healthy. So until he
I
can
think
prove that,
I think this
I'm not
reminds the
good.
Spurs OKC reminds me of the Bulls Heat in like 2012 where the Bulls were beating them all throughout the regular season and then the playoffs came and it was just like a
Exactly.
switch. And
Exactly.
I think that'll happen. I love Stephon Castle. I love Wemby. I just think Fox, for some reason, I don't believe in Fox as much as I thought I would. I
I
don't know
do.
why.
I like Fox.
I do too. He's a Calipari kid, so I love that. But for
He
for
getting his
some,
minutes taken by a rookie right now.
for some reason, I just think that he's not going to do
Yes.
what is necessary when necessary. I don't know why. I kind of feel that way right now. I hope I'm wrong because, like I said, he's a Calipari kid. I'm a big fan, but I just don't see him coming through when he needs to come through like he should come through.
Do
Hoping
you
I'm wrong.
think Dylan Harper will?
No, I don't think he will. That's what I'm saying. Like,
And then you got to rely on Castle after that.
and that's
And
my
then you
thing.
got
I
to
love
rely on this
Castle,
guy that can't be
but
healthy all the time. So it's just like,
I don't know if the same way we talk about other people, needing time. Castle like Castle ain't even been in the playoffs. Like that's at least Fox
Facts.
has played in the playoffs. He had that 7 game series with the Warriors.
like the
He
bean.
Like the beam.
there's something there. All these other cats on the Spurs, I'm basically hoping that they go into this and they play a butt out of their minds. And I don't know. That's not a bet. I don't think that's a bet. Hey, you should be willing.
Hey, shout out to you, nephew.
That's when it's time to go home. So shout out to you, Neff. But it is time for us to
This
call it
nigga's crazy,
a
man.
pod.
He said,
So
"Look at y'all." Like what?
that's right. Teach him
Hey, comment, James.
teach him young. All right, man. But we out, man. Shout out
Chill,
to the
bro. Chill.
pod. Any final thing I gotta say?
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you all steadfast and safeguarded throughout the night. May you all have a good weekend, safe weekend. We love you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings.
James.
Yeah, man. One thing I wanted to say earlier, I was talking about, and
Had to get that out the way.
I don't need an answer for it. But we were talking about the Epstein files. Y'all remember the Epstein commercials? Like the girls would like release the files. Like what happened to them, man? Are they satisfied with the files being released? I don't know. I want to know. That's kind of what I want.
From what
I
I've
love how
Remember,
seen,
they had the
the
commercial like a year ago. Release the files. The
yeah,
files are out now. Are they
from
fine?
I love how
Are they
your brain.
cool?
I love how
depend
your brain works. I really do. I love.
I
I,
said I had three
depending
things earlier. I only got two of them off. I just like, yo, let me,
that was the third one.
yeah, like,
Okay.
are they happy? Like, what?
depending on said victim, they're re-traumatized, but a lot of them are
I did
coming
see
out
that.
a lot of them are coming out and confirming that this is me in this picture with Donald Trump with my face blacked out, or this
Okay.
is me
Well,
on this man's shoulders with my face blacked out. This is me with this man at the age of 13 at such and such place. So yes, the women, some of them are pleased, some of them are coming out and speaking up, but the re-traumatization is what a lot of people have chose to ignore. But yeah, because there are some victims that have not been as upfront. They might have said something early on when he got arrested, when they joined the lawsuit and all of that. But now that the files are coming out, they're saying themselves in uncompromising ways. Then that can trigger some trauma. So dua and salat to those young ladies.
I was curious. That's all.
I hope I answered your question.
You did. Thank you. Just curious.
All right,
You're welcome.
man. We'll see y'all next time for another live show. Make sure you catch the clips from the show throughout the week on all our various social accounts. Shout out to y'all. Out.